I'm not gonna lie, I love the excuse to make any type of Halo video. Huge Halo superfan over here, and Halo's on a comeback tour thanks to the revival of the Master Chief Collection. But with a game and universe this big and expansive and dynamic, there's a lot of things that you shouldn't do while on the battlefield of Halo. Welcome to Chaos Gaming. Today we're going to be checking out some of the dumbest decisions you can make as a Halo player in a Halo game, both old and new. You let me know in the comments which of these you're guilty of. Circle of Trust. And let's start off with, are you ready? Standing still. Yep, a lot of Halo games have pretty slow movement, and that's part of what makes them so fun. It's more about the aiming and gunfights rather than the movement. However, this does not mean standing still is ever a good idea. In almost every Halo game, there's a common weapon that will punish you hard for standing still. The sniper, the BR, the DMR, the Magnum, the plasma grenade, the list goes on and on. Halo may be relatively slow compared to something like Call of Duty, but the game punishes you for standing still. Never stand still in a Halo game because you're going to regret it, even if you think you're safe. Do not stay in one place for too long because you never know when somebody's lining up that plasma grenade and they're about to hit you with it. Do me a favor, speaking of hitting, hit that like button. Make sure you share this around with a fellow Halo superfan and turn on those notifications. Next up, getting in a weak vehicle. Now this goes for a lot of other video games too. Vehicles are a huge part of Halo maps, a lot of them. Sure, they're not on every map and in every mode, but if you're playing on a match that does have a ride, you need to be mindful of how much health they have. You don't want to hop in a Ghost that gets immediately blown up and you die in the explosion. There usually aren't health bars on Halo vehicles, but as they lose their health, pieces of them will chip off as an indicator of what's coming. Got some smoke, right? You think a vehicle is low health? Don't get in it. Don't take the chance. Leave it be. Or maybe blow it up yourself if you can get a new one to spawn. Getting in a weak vehicle can end badly for you because you never know when somebody's going to hit you once again with a plasma grenade or a sniper shot this time. Speaking of the plasma grenade, throwing it while moving forward. I'm guilty of this. Plasma grenades are a wonderful thing. You can stick people with them. You can use them for area denial. You could use them if you're lost in a dark room. But you know what you never do? Throw a plasma grenade in front of you while you're moving towards it. Why, you ask? Well, there's a million reasons here. You could walk into the blast radius. You could get screwed by a bad bounce. You could stick somebody and they run into you. You could blow up another grenade and die to that. Never, ever, ever throw a plasma grenade in the direction you're moving. There's just too many things that can go completely south. Next up, 2 precision weapons. Precision weapons in Halo are OP. The sniper, the needle rifle, the BR, the DMR. You guys already know. But one thing you should never ever do is take 2 of these weapons into battle. Usually, precision weapons are meant for mid to long range. This way, you can tag people from a safe distance and then have another gun in your back pocket in case somebody runs up on you. But if you have 2 precision weapons, what are you going to do if you get jumped? Sure, some of you are probably good enough to use a DMR or a sniper at close range, but what about the rest of us? A balanced Halo loadout is a healthy Halo loadout, and 2 precision weapons simply is not balanced. Try to stick to 1 at a time unless you're really good, and maybe have a more spammy weapon in your back pocket in case somebody pushes you. At number 6 today, EMPing an approaching vehicle. Now there's a few ways to EMP vehicles in Halo games. There's an art to it. Plasma pistols, grenade launchers, you guys know. But you know what you should absolutely never do? EMP a vehicle while it's heading towards you, while it's barreling at you. You know why? Because when you EMP that vehicle, it's going to keep the momentum, and since you just disabled the controls, guess what? There's no way to swerve away from you. When you have an EMP weapon and a vehicle's nearby, it can be super tempting to just look over at them, shut down their controls with the touch of a button, but this isn't a good idea. If that vehicle is coming towards you, it's not. All you're going to do is, at that point, is give the enemy a free and hilarious kill. Don't do it. At number 5. Close range grenade launcher. Once again, just don't do it. The Halo Reach grenade launcher is one of the best weapons to be added to any Halo game ever, and it's one of my all-time favorites. However, you really have to know how to use this gun in order for it to work in your favor, and the complete opposite of knowing how to use it is trying to use it up close. The grenade launcher shot has to travel a certain distance before it'll detonate, so at close range, it's practically useless. Now, I know the temptation. I know it's there, trust me. You get the grenade launcher, it's in your hand. You just want to go blow stuff up, but if you try to blow somebody up at close range, you're going to end up screwing yourself, and then the enemy will have your grenade launcher. Use the GL at mid-range and longer. Never ever close range. You will end up regretting it 99.9% of the time. At number 4 today, 2 plasma weapons. Same as 2 precision weapons. Plasma weapons are usually meant to break shields, while the ballistic weapons are meant to deal the flesh damage. That being said, it's usually a pretty bad idea to bring 2 plasma weapons into battle. Yeah, you'd be breaking shields like a boss. But what do you do after that? Weapons like the plasma pistol and the plasma rifle are great for breaking shields, but they have very, very low flesh damage. So you're supposed to use a plasma weapon to break the shield and then swap over to a ballistic weapon to finish said target off. I know it can be tempting to bring a plasma rifle and a pistol into the fray. It's cool, it seems cool, but it's not a good idea. You're going to regret it as soon as you start the fight. At number 3 today, going for body shots in SWAT. Now, SWAT is one of the most popular game modes in Halo, and it's not hard to see why. No shields, tons of precision weapons, and whoever can nail the most headshots wins. But a lot of people seem to struggle at SWAT because they're still aiming for center mass. In standard Halo multiplayer, aiming center mass usually works okay. But in SWAT, it's honestly going to do more harm than good. When you aim at the chest in SWAT, you're just going to hit the person and tell them where you are. You're going to give them data. Whereas if you aimed higher, went for headshots, you would be insta-killing instead of getting insta-killed yourself. If you're not prepared to go for headshots, here, simple, don't play SWAT. And if you're not aiming high, don't complain that SWAT is too hard. Just, you gotta go get good. Seriously. At number 2 today, taking the sniper when you can't snipe. You guys can't see me right now, but I'm raising my hand. It's frustrating, I know. How many... I just want to be a good sniper. How many times you had a teammate that rushed the sniper rifle, grabbed it, and then proceeded to do nothing with it? They wasted it. Halo is all about power weapons, and those power weapons can be super tempting to rush at, but you have to be thinking about your team. Don't be selfish. The Halo sniper is not easy to use, and since there's only usually one of them on the field at a time, you want to make sure it's getting in the hands of somebody that's going to get the most use out of it. If you and an enemy are near a sniper rifle, yes, grab it just so the other team can't have it. But once you get the chance, swap it for something else if you're not good with it, if you're not confident with it. Maybe communicate to your team, hey, I've got a sniper rifle, but I suck with it. I don't want to waste the shots. Who's good? Nothing is worse than having teammates that rush the sniper and then get 0 mileage out of it because they wanted to shoot it and feel like they were helping and they can quick scope and they're a boss. At number 1, not using the Magnum in CE. Now, look, if you're not using the Magnum in Combat Evolved, you're doing it wrong. The Magnum is one of the most famously overpowered guns in FPS history, not Halo history, FPS history, and there's a reason why it's the only thing people use back in the day. Even today on the Master Chief Collection, if you go fire up CE multiplayer, almost everybody is going to instantly swap to their Magnum when the spawn in. Now, if you're trying to use the assault rifle in CE multiplayer, you need to rethink your entire strategy and game plan because guess what? That's never going to end well against a Magnum. It's not. It won't. Just get good with the Magnum and you'll enjoy the game a lot more. And there you have it, my friends. Those are some of the dumbest decisions that you can avoid in Halo history. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.